Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, had a twin brother, or did he? That's the question that has intrigued fans and historians alike for decades. Born just 35 minutes before Elvis, Jesse Garon Presley was said to have been stillborn, leaving Elvis to grow up as an only child. But over the years, whispers and rumors have surfaced, suggesting that the story of Jesse Garon might not be as straightforward as it seems. Was he really born lifeless, or is there a hidden chapter in the Presley family history that has yet to be fully uncovered? In this video, we're peeling back the layers of this mystery, exploring the fascinating and sometimes eerie speculation surrounding Jesse's fate. Did Elvis's twin really die at birth, or is there something more to this story that even the king himself might have kept secret? Join us as we dive deep into the enigma of Jesse Garon Presley, examining the evidence, the rumors, and the words of those who knew the Presley family best. Number 5. The birth of the Presley twins. On a cold January 8, 1935, in the humble surroundings of Tupelo, Mississippi, Gladys Presley went into labor with twin boys. It was a moment filled with both anticipation and anxiety. In a small, modest home, she gave birth to the first of her twins, Jesse Garon Presley. But the joy of welcoming her firstborn quickly turned to despair, as it became clear that Jesse was stillborn. The loss was immediate and profound, casting a shadow over what should have been a day of celebration. Just 35 minutes later, Elvis Aaron Presley was born, crying out with a voice that would one day captivate the world. The juxtaposition of life and death, of joy and sorrow, in that tiny house in Tupelo marked the beginning of a story that would become legendary, but always with a note of tragedy from its very first day. The official account of Jesse Garon Presley's birth is as straightforward as it is heartbreaking. He was stillborn. According to the records, Jesse never took a breath, never opened his eyes, and his life was over before it began. This loss was not just a personal tragedy for the Presley family, but a moment that would leave an indelible mark on the history of rock and roll. For the world, Jesse became a footnote in the larger-than-life story of his famous brother. But for those who knew the Presley family, his death was a profound loss. The stillbirth of Jesse Garon Presley was a silent beginning to a life that would go on to shape music and culture forever, with the lingering question of what might have been had Jesse survived. The impact of Jesse's death on the Presley family, particularly on Gladys Presley, was deep and lasting. Gladys, who had dreamed of raising 2 sons, found herself pouring all her love and energy into Elvis, the twin who survived. This loss created an almost supernatural bond between mother and son, as if the absence of Jesse made Gladys hold on to Elvis even tighter. She became fiercely protective of him, instilling in Elvis a sense of responsibility and destiny, perhaps as a way to cope with the void left by Jesse. For Elvis, growing up in the shadow of his twin's death meant living with the knowledge that his life could have easily been the one cut short. This awareness seemed to give him a unique drive, a desire to make the most of the life he had been given, while also carrying the silent weight of the brother who was never there. The tragedy of losing Jesse wasn't just a family sorrow. It was a shaping force in the life of the man who would become the king of rock and roll. Number 4. Unraveling the Mystery. Over the years, rumors and speculation have swirled around the fate of Jesse Garon Presley, with some suggesting that perhaps he didn't die at birth after all. Conspiracy theories have emerged, claiming that Jesse was secretly taken away or that his death was faked for reasons unknown. These theories, though lacking concrete evidence, have captivated the imagination of those who refuse to accept the official story. The idea that Elvis's twin might have lived has added a layer of mystery to the Presley legend, fueling endless debates among fans and historians alike. Public reactions to these rumors have been varied and intense. For some, the possibility that Jesse might have survived offers a tantalizing what-if scenario that adds depth to Elvis's already mythic story. Conspiracy theorists have latched onto every shred of information, no matter how small, to support their claims, creating a web of speculation that has only grown over time. On the other hand, many fans are skeptical, viewing these theories as disrespectful to the Presley family and dismissing them as mere fantasy. Despite this, the enduring mystery of Jesse Garon Presley continues to spark interest and conversation, keeping his story alive in the public consciousness. Number 3. Gladys Presley's statements. Gladys Presley's connection to Jesse was profound, rooted in the deep love she had for both of her sons. Even though Jesse never lived, Gladys felt a powerful bond with him, one that shaped her relationship with Elvis. She often spoke of Jesse as if he were still part of their lives, a silent presence that lingered in the background. This connection was not just maternal, but almost spiritual, as if she believed that Jesse's spirit lived on through Elvis. The loss of Jesse intensified her love for Elvis, leading her to be fiercely protective and devoted, seeing in him not just the son who survived, but also the one who carried the memory of his lost brother. Over the years, Gladys made statements that fueled speculation about Jesse's death. She would occasionally drop hints or speak in ways that suggested she harbored doubts about the official account of Jesse's stillbirth. Some even claimed that she hinted at believing Jesse might still be alive, a possibility that seemed to haunt her. These statements, though often cryptic, added to the mystery surrounding Jesse and left those who knew her wondering if there was more to the story than met the eye. Gladys's words became part of the fabric of the Presley family lore, adding another layer of intrigue to the enigma of Jesse Garon Presley. The impact of Gladys's beliefs and statements on Elvis cannot be understated. Growing up, Elvis was constantly reminded of his twin, and the sense of loss that permeated his mother's life inevitably influenced him. Gladys's deep emotional connection to Jesse may have instilled in Elvis a sense of responsibility, as if he were living for two. Her occasional doubts about Jesse's death may have also fueled Elvis's own sense of the uncanny, contributing to the unique, almost otherworldly aura that surrounded him. Throughout his life, Elvis carried the weight of his mother's grief and the mystery of his twin, shaping his identity and his destiny in ways both profound and subtle. Number 2. Expert opinions and theories. Historians and biographers who have delved into Elvis Presley's life offer a range of perspectives on the rumors surrounding Jesse Garon Presley. While most agree that there is no solid evidence to suggest that Jesse survived, some acknowledge the plausibility of certain theories, given the lack of detailed records and the deep secrecy that often surrounded personal matters in the Presley family. Experts like Peter Guralnick and Elaine Dundee have explored these mysteries in their works, pointing out that while the official account of Jesse's stillbirth is likely true, the emotional and psychological impact of this loss on the Presley family, and Elvis in particular, should not be underestimated. For many, the enduring rumors speak more to the larger-than-life narrative of Elvis himself, where reality and myth often blur. The psychological impact of losing a twin, even one who was stillborn, is a topic that has intrigued both psychologists and biographers alike. The idea that Elvis grew up with a phantom twin may have contributed to his unique psyche, marked by a deep sense of loneliness and a search for identity. Some experts suggest that the loss of Jesse left an indelible mark on Elvis, shaping his need for attention, his sensitivity, and his intense drive to succeed. The absence of Jesse could have created a void in Elvis's life, leading him to constantly seek validation and love, as if trying to fill the gap left by his twin. This psychological undercurrent may also have fueled the rumors and speculations about Jesse, as fans and observers alike tried to understand the complexities of Elvis's character and the forces that drove him. Number 1. The legacy of Jesse Garon Presley. The mystery of Jesse Garon Presley has woven itself into the broader tapestry of Elvis mythology, adding a layer of intrigue that has captivated fans for generations. Jesse's story is more than just a footnote. It's become a symbol of the duality in Elvis's life, the light and the dark, the joy and the sorrow. This enigmatic part of Elvis's background feeds into the narrative of a man who was larger than life, whose very existence seemed touched by both fate and tragedy. The idea that Elvis had a twin, a shadow self who never got to live, adds to the mystique that surrounds the king of rock and roll, making his story one that is not just about music, but about destiny, loss, and the human condition. Fans' fascination with Jesse has only grown over the years, as the story continues to be a point of discussion and speculation. For many, Jesse represents the ultimate what-if in Elvis's life, a missing piece of the puzzle that, if known, might explain some of the king's complexities. The ongoing interest in Jesse's story keeps it alive in the collective memory of Elvis's followers, contributing to the enduring legacy of a man whose life was already steeped in legend. Jesse's brief existence, whether in reality or in the myths that surround him, adds a haunting, almost poetic dimension to Elvis's legacy, ensuring that the tale of the Presley twins remains an essential part of the king's enduring mystique. In wrapping up our exploration of the mystery surrounding Jesse Garon Presley, it's clear that the story of Elvis's twin brother is one filled with intrigue, speculation, and deep emotional resonance. We've journeyed through the facts of Jesse's birth, the rumors that question the official account, and the profound impact this mystery has had on Elvis, his family, and his enduring legacy. The shadow of Jesse Garon has always loomed large in the Presley narrative, leaving us with more questions than answers. This ongoing mystery adds to the complexity of understanding who Elvis truly was, and why his story continues to captivate the world. Now, we turn the question to you, our viewers. What do you believe? Did Jesse Garon Presley really die at birth, or is there more to this story that remains hidden? We'd love to hear your thoughts, theories, and insights in the comments below. Join the conversation and help us unravel one of the most intriguing aspects of Elvis Presley's life. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of history and pop culture.